What's up, everybody? It's me, James, again with another video. I had an idea since the last video. We kind of, blued this knife. As you can see, I rubbed most of it off with that Winol product I showed you. And so it's not exactly permanent, all right? But I figured some of you might actually want to see how this process works. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to show you how to blue this thing. As you can see, it was patina ing, like naturally, and I cleaned it off, but it's still a little stained. So basically what you need is alcohol, some sort of cold bluing solution, lubricant, and water, okay? First, what you need to do is clean the blade of all the oils possible. You got to get them off. And I like to use just 91% alcohol, okay? So do this between the camera. All right. Now, careful not to cut yourself, but the idea behind this is to get rid of all the oil, because oil will keep this bluing solution from working. This solution really works when the metal is warm, but it doesn't have to be warm. All right. So if you want to put like get a blow dryer, hair dryer, you can warm up this metal, but you don't have to. All right, so nice and dry now. All right, so but basically it's a liquid gun blue, and it's poisonous. So if you don't want to do this, I would recommend doing it on something that you don't plan on cutting food with, unless you do research and find something that says otherwise. Take a cotton ball and break it half, because you don't need that much, but this will give you a larger surface area so that applying it will be a little bit easier. You don't need a lot. It doesn't have to be wringing wet, okay? I'm trying to do this between a camera so you can kind of get out the excess. Now this stuff is poisonous, so don't, swallow it. It says so on the bottle, don't swallow it. All right, so this is what we're going to do. All right, we're going to run an even pass so that it will all blue at the same time without streaks, hopefully. But I'll show you. This is going to be a whole video. Get the tang. Yeah, the cotton ball definitely works a lot better than the Q-tip does. All right, you want to do the top. I usually rub back and forth. It seems to kind of help activate it. And then once again, see, I screwed that up if you haven't noticed. I stopped halfway instead of doing full length passes. That's okay. I'm going to show you here. Now right now it has this really wicked coloring going on right now, okay? But you want a uniform. You can stop wherever you like. If you think this is cool, you can stop here. Or if you want it black, which is where we're going to go with this, you'll stop there. All right, so now kind of dry off the excess here. Don't forget the nail nick. And now your knife is really not attractive, you see. So you need quad-aught steel wool, and this is called the carding process. It actually comes with oil in it, so you need to unoil it. And you can use brake cleaner for that. You can use alcohol for that. So here's your quad-aught steel wool. And let's see, get some rags here. I'm off frame, but basically you just kind of douse the steel wool with alcohol, and that's supposed to strip the oils out of it. The carding part is basically this. Make sure I'm in frame. This is supposed to kind of level it out and knock down any sort of fuzziness and rust that may grow from this rusting process, because this is what it is. It is a rusting process. This side actually has some really cool colors to it, don't it? So we're going to repeat this process until you get the color you like. So after it's that, you can see how long this process is going to take. All right. So once again, is it dry? Yes. Long passes. That's what you want to do. Long passes. You can let this sit on here, and the darker it will get, kind of speed things up. Let's wipe off the excess. Let it sit for a bit, okay? Oh, remember to wipe off or wipe out the inside of the nail nick. That's an important step. And once again, we'll card it with this, which still has a little bit of alcohol in it I'm trying to get out. All right. Now I'm not applying a lot of pressure on this. I'm just kind of letting the steel wool sit on top of this and letting it do its job. If you get spots, like we have some spots here and here, those will need a little extra detail because there is something keeping it from the chemical doing its job. All right, I'm gonna wipe it dry again, and we're getting there. You can see where it's changing the color of the stainless steel too. Unless that is carbon steel, that'd be a surprise. That really might be carbon steel, which is really cool if we could turn that blue. Once it's dry, card it again. It's definitely bluing. It's not very, can't really tell with this light, but there you go. You kind of see it's turning black, which it's, you know, the otter messer that I showed you in the last video was like niter blued, so definitely won't turn those beautiful vibrant colors. This might be about as good as it's going to get. Because I'm not getting any more color out of this. Be sure to clean your steel wool, guys. You should do that before. The steel wool should be dry, honestly. I was not prepared while making this video, and therefore you must suffer. Let's go past it. Yeah, it's still doing the same thing. So it must be at the point where it's not wanting to take anymore. At that point, I usually rub it like this. You can see how the water, well, it's not water, but the solution kind of just goes where it wants to at this point. Let's do this side. Let's dry this off. Level all this out. All right, so here we are. Let's get a dry piece. And you can see now, this thing has been blued. The blade is now black. It's not wildly dark, but if you have the patience, you can keep going until it is. Instead of just putting oil on this, you need to put water on it, okay? Water actually stops this chemical reaction, okay? So you're going to put water on it, and it will cease the properties that keep this, you know, doing its thing. And then just wipe off the excess water, okay? And Ballistol supposed to be safe for eating, which we already discussed. If you're going to do this to your knife, you probably shouldn't eat with it. Put your ballistol on there. Anywhere that there's bluing, we did that. Lube the joint while you're at it. Now let that ballistol soak for just a little bit. But I think that's enough time. Wipe off the excess, wipe off the handle because we put it all over it. But like I said, it gives us this really nice non-greasy finish on wood. See? And now our knife, minus the little splotches, also work the joint and clean the joint, okay? Because you know you got something in there. You know you got something in there. Whoops. There we go. Just a little bit will do. And work the joint back and forth. Because like I said, you probably got something in there. Clean off the excess oil. Trying to stay in camera frame. It's hard to like look at what I'm doing and stay in camera. All right. And there you have it. Now let's take some up close looks at this thing. Here in the reflection of light, you could really see where the patina was before. This side not nearly as bad. But if I angle it this way, you can see the darkness of the blade now. It's pretty cool if it's something that you're into. Pretty nice. I figured since I showed you that, wow, this is going on a long video, but since I figured I showed you that in the last video, why not do this? Why not make it a little bit better? Because when I left it, it did look pretty bad. So, but there you have it. That's how it kind of really looks like this if you look at it here. It's like a nice little blue sheen to it. So if you guys want to do that, now you know how. All right, well, this was a bonus video. I'll see y'all next time. Hey, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe, and share this with your friends if you want to. And always, thank you.